Johnny and Neil's incredible story starts back in 2008 on Waterloo Bridge, where Neil spoke to Johnny, talked him off the edge, and stopped him from taking his own life.
So essentially, I guess the story starts when I was 20. I was diagnosed with something called schizoaffective disorder, which is a combination of schizophrenia and bipolar, and was obviously in a really bad place, was put into hospital, and essentially I kind of gave up pretty soon after I got my diagnosis, and had enough, and I ran away from the hospital and I went to a bridge, and that's where I met Neil, and essentially we had a conversation, and that kind of changed everything.
The pair, however, went their separate ways, and 6 years later, after a high-profile social media search dubbed Find Mike, Johnny found the stranger who saved his life.
I got in contact with a charity that Johnny was working with, and essentially they said, look, this guy who you spoke to 6 years ago on Waterloo Bridge wants to meet you and say thank you for that moment. So that was a no-brainer. I was still living in London, so we met in Vauxhall, again in January 2014, and that's really when our friendship started, that's when our working relationship started, and we had absolutely no idea that it was going to be an ongoing thing years later, which it now is.
Both Johnny and Neil believe there is still a stigma around mental health, especially in the workplace.
We know there's still a big stigma attached to mental health. It's getting better, more and more people are talking about it, but the reality is, particularly in the workplace, which is what we're talking about today, there's still that stigma, and too many people in the workplace feel they can't sort of bring their whole selves to work. So this is why we're doing what we do, to raise awareness and to get people talking, and to reduce that stigma that exists.
Today we're here with Business South in Guildford. I live in Redhill in Surrey, and I very rarely actually do anything in my own backyard. Everything's so London centric, or we go to big cities, Birmingham, Leeds, when we do stuff in the UK. It's really great just to kind of be involved in something that's kind of so close to where I am. And we did an event with Guildford University a while back, and when we were there we met this really great mental health charity organisation, Oakleaf. And when this event was coming up, wanted to bring them in and give them exposure to all the companies that are here today.
In 2019, Johnny launched his new mental health charity, Beyond Shame, Beyond Stigma. It is a grant-giving organisation which aims to provide mental health support to young people and their families.
So we decided to launch a new youth mental health charity, because unfortunately in the UK and elsewhere, mental health services, particularly for young people, are really underfunded, really under-resourced. We know that more and more young people are coming forward asking for help, and there's less and less support available. So this is why we launched a charity, Beyond Shame, Beyond Stigma, to put the help and support in place, and really focus on prevention. When it comes to mental health, we focus too much on kind of the crisis point when it all goes wrong, but if we can just take it back a few steps to the prevention stage, we can make a massive difference. So that's why we launched our new charity, and it's called Beyond Shame, Beyond Stigma, and it's going to be a grant-giving charity, and we're going to start giving out grants all over the UK later on this year.
Kelvin Wint, That's TV.